Hello everyone, welcome to this Sims 3 house design video. Today we are renovating this house here, which is called Aero Dynamo, I think is how it's said. I don't think it's Dynamo, I think it's Dynamo, but anyway, this is a mid-century modern one-story, two-bedroom, one-bathroom house. And this is continuing my renovations of the base game houses in the library. So that was the living room area, which you just saw. This is the kitchen. You can see there's a floating light in here. I think the living room had a floating light too because they didn't have a ceiling. It's just like open to the underside of the roof. So I do address that. And this is the main bedroom here. But yeah, so this is kind of what we're starting out with for this renovation. And now we're going to move into, I guess, the building. So yeah, this house is the second one that's in the library or bin, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of an edit town, and these houses came with the base game of The Sims 3. They just weren't placed in Sunset Valley, so I'm going through and renovating these. I thought it would be kind of fun. So the last house we did was Shady Bow, which was kind of like this red country-style house that I made into more of like a traditional kind of Victorian house that was quite a bit transformed. And so yeah, this one undergoes a transformation as well, though not quite as extreme. You can see what I'm doing right now is building the house onto a foundation. So that involves lowering all the walls down to like what I wanted them to be, which was just 2 steps high, and then building new walls on top of that, and then moving all the windows and doors and all the furniture and stuff up. So you can see that's what I'm doing right now. I really don't like houses being built straight up on the ground. Usually the only buildings I will do like that are apartment buildings that have like a store on the front, so they kind of are like connected to the sidewalk, like buildings that are like right up on the sidewalk. I will usually do, so like when I did my Creative World series, I would build those kind of right on the ground without a foundation. But in terms of houses, I always like there to be some sort of foundation, even if it's small. So like for these modern houses, I'm just doing 2 steps high, which is pretty small foundation, but I feel like it makes a huge difference in how the house looks from the outside. So this house, like all the other ones that are in the library, they just have no landscaping. They're completely blank on the ground. And so obviously I add landscaping as well, but raising it up makes it look a lot better, like a lot more grounded. And so it is a little bit of work, but it's definitely worth it, I think. So yes, I raised up the whole house, which is kind of done now. So it looks the same. I haven't really done much to it yet, but I just raised it up. I just added a front porch there and a back deck. So I feel like that's kind of nice to have. And then I also added a freeze level here as well, because I just like the roofs were like kind of clipping into each other at that intersection. They're like overlapping, like crossing through each other, which doesn't really look great. And so I added a very slight freeze level. It's really minor. You probably wouldn't have noticed it, if you didn't see me building it, but it helps like raise that center roof section up above the one that's on the right side. And so they're not like overlapping at all this way. And I also changed the carport roof. I put it going the other direction because it looks a little bit better that way. And yeah, so that's really all the main structural changes. Actually, I do extend the roof on the other side, so it covers part of that porch. So that happens a little bit later on. But yeah, this house actually, I even discussed the internal size changes, but not really any change in size. So I do change the layout. You can see I just moved the kitchen to where the bathroom used to be, and then moved that smaller bedroom to the front. And now I'm turning what was that small bedroom into 2 bathrooms. So that's it for the layout changes. So I don't really add on anything to this house. I think I expand it by like 3 tiles maybe, and like that's it. So it's like extremely tiny. And yeah, so I ended up taking this house from a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom to a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So I just added an extra bathroom. And I think the layout makes a lot more sense because with the kitchen by the front door, it was like very separate from the living room, dining room area. And so I thought by moving it to where that bathroom was at the back of the house, it opens it up a bit too. And now the kitchen is like part of living room, dining room. And it's like a more open space. And then putting the bedroom up front means that it gets these front windows instead of just like looking into the carport, which I think is a bit nicer. And then the bathrooms don't matter as much. The bathroom didn't need to be that big. So I was able to use the space to make 2 bathrooms. So there's one that's just like off the hallway, and then there's one that's an ensuite to the main bedroom. So I think that makes a bit more sense. And I was able to do that without really expanding the house at all, which I was happy with. Right now I'm adding these planter beds, or I just added one there in the front. It's kind of inspired by one of the houses I did last year, which was a renovation of a house called Private Property in Appaloosa Plains, and it was like a mid-century ranch as well. And so it already had like these planters at the front and back that were like these huge, big, like rectangular planters. And so I liked that. So I'm going to do that here too. You can see I fenced off one in the front. I'm going to do a couple more as well. But I actually struggled quite a bit with the fireplace, and I don't know if you saw there how it was originally. It was really whack originally. It was just like this freestanding fireplace and like this nook of stone. And so I was trying to make it look more integrated, and in the end I got there. It just took a little while to try to figure out. And I know what they were going for, because a lot of times these like houses that were built in like between the 50s and 70s, maybe the 80s as well, like they have these like huge brick or stone fireplaces. And that's, I can tell that's what they were trying to capture here. And so I wanted to keep that, just make it look a bit more integrated. And so right now I'm changing out the windows, and well, I didn't really change too much with the big windows. They all kind of stayed the same. I changed the color though. I changed out the front door, and I just changed the position of the windows around a bit. Yeah, so right now I'm adding the roof that extends a bit over that back porch, which I thought was nice. One, it gave like a nice outdoor space, and also it meant that the back of the house wasn't all like flat, because the roof line was like a complete straight line at the back. And so this makes it a bit more interesting, since some of it comes out a little bit further than other parts, and I think that helps a bit. But yeah, I do mess around with the floor plan over here with the bathrooms like a fair amount. It just takes me a while to get it to be just right, because I wanted it to kind of make sense. You see that little closet there for the main bedroom, like under the carport, that I added on. I don't think that was there originally. So that's pretty much, I think, the only addition was just like that closet. And I feel like this is kind of cheating, but I guess not really. I used custom content for the windows. Some of the windows, you can see I'm putting them in right now. These really nice, small, rectangular windows, and I use them in the kitchen too. I wasn't going to use custom content. I don't know, I don't usually, this is like the second time I've ever used custom content in a house build video, but I had this set already from a house I did back in March, which was called a tri-gable modern house. I used these like custom content windows that came, I think it was the set was called Modern Line Windows. Of course, I'll leave a link in the description so you can download it if you'd like. You don't need it to the house, I'm sure it will put regular windows there, and you can like change out the windows if you want. But if you want these windows, you can download them. I'll leave a link, and they just look so good. Like the whole window set is really cool. They have really nice like full-size windows too, but I just decided to use the base game ones for this house. I just like these small ones look so much better than the base game ones, so I thought it was worth it. It just makes the house look a lot better. So I have those, and I don't know if you noticed, but in the kitchen I put this one that like fits in between the countertop and the upper cabinets, which looks really cool. So yeah, I did use those custom content windows. It's, very rare for me to use custom content. So it's just a few windows in this house, but other than that, it's all from the game or the store, or expansions. But anyway, one thing I really wanted to do is have this back porch roof be like open eave, but I couldn't get a wall in between because of the way that the game doesn't let you place like skinny, half gable roofs like it only goes one direction, so I couldn't get it to go the direction I wanted to get that like inner wall. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but basically I wanted it to have like an open gable, so it wasn't like a flat ceiling underneath on the outside part, but unfortunately I couldn't do it, but it's all right. Anyway, right now I'm just putting on the wallpaper on the outside. I made the wood paneling look a little bit nicer, a little bit less kind of crusty, and I went with both horizontal and vertical just to mix it up a bit. I feel like it adds a bit more visual interest. Though I did keep the stone. I just tweaked the color ever so slightly on the stone, I think. Yeah, here I was trying to do that roof thing I was just talking about, and you can see it wouldn't let me get the direction right that I wanted, so I just had to abandon that idea, unfortunately. But yeah, I ended up just using just normal flooring for the ceiling in here, because the house originally had like there's no, as you can see right here, there's no flooring for the ceiling there under the roof. It was just like when you're inside the house, like in tab mode, and you like looked up, you could see the underside of the roof, and you saw it at the beginning of the video. And they put ceiling lights in anyway, which you shouldn't do when there's no ceiling, so they were floating. So I just decided to go with a flat ceiling because it looks better, and the ceiling lights then work. So, right now I'm just changing the stone color on the outside, so just very slightly, just a slight, it was like, it had some weird bluishness in it, so I just got rid of that. So yeah. And oh yeah, you can kind of see that window at the back. That's the kitchen window. That kind of is that countertop height, which I thought was cool. For some reason, the back stairs were like really a pain to get in. I don't know why. They were just like, they didn't want to cooperate, but I got it figured out in the end. But yeah, the house originally, it's also kind of weird. There was like that area where the doors was there, and there's like a roof over it originally. I just extended it a bit, but there was like no flooring or terrain paint or anything. It was just like grass in there, like underneath the roof, like under the it was kind of like I guess like a patio. It would be a patio, but it was just grass. I don't know why these houses like didn't even have like floor tiles in the back, like as a patio, or like even terrain paint. There's like nothing. Again, like I said in the last video, I think it was probably because of like performance reasons and like file size, but I feel like they could have done like at least something. But with this house, I actually liked the original, like the idea of it. I saw the potential there. I mean, this was like a less of a challenge to renovate than the previous one. It was like a little bit more straightforward. But anyway, I have the kitchen kind of coming along. I have the nice tile walls. I kept a stone as a backsplash because the house had that originally. And I also kind of kept that blue wall color as well. And also the windows and doors were all blue originally, so I kind of kept it as like a little hint on the inside of the sliding doors and the front doors, like a little bit of blue there. So that's just a little nod to how it was originally, but the rest is wood. I think it looks better that way. But anyway, I tried to keep it, fairly similar to the original. So like the living room area is very similar, really. Just the furniture kind of changes. The wall color is pretty much the same. The carpet's the same. The fireplace I actually did figure out. I didn't mention. Actually, you know what? Did I not yet? Actually, I don't think I did. That's why I didn't mention it, because it didn't happen yet. So yeah, I will figure out the fireplace soon. The kitchen, I kept the original cabinets. I did change the color of the wood slightly, and I changed the countertop, but I kind of kept the orangey vibe. I also got these, sorry about that, my voice failing me there for a second. I got these nice open shelves, which I thought were kind of cool, very modern. And yeah, here I'm recoloring the cabinets, but I did keep them fairly orange, so it kind of has that similar vibe to how it was. And the appliances are the same. I just very slightly recolored them, and it's got a different sink in. I think the flooring too is the same flooring that the kitchen had originally. So, keeping some things, and there's the shelves, just adjusting them slightly. And oh yeah, you can see that window. It's a really cool window. The one that's like a little skinny window that fits between the counter and the cabinets in the kitchen. It looks so cool. There's also another one that I put by the fridge. It's a little taller since I didn't put a cabinet over it. I just love it. I feel like it's like such a cool thing to have. And yeah, I'm just putting some details outside there and stuff. But yeah, just finding some little clutter items and stuff to get in here. So there's a little soap dispenser as well there, and just some things on the shelves. I need to get, some details in here and some little decorations. So just doing that right now. So yeah, there you go. A little plant and a little candle. And let's see what else I pull out and put up. Oh, there's a yellow horse, of course. That was a rhyme. That was not intentional. And a little fruit bowl on the counter. That's nice. And a little rug in the kitchen, of course, a little mat. So yeah, that's the kitchen area, I believe. We're just going to do these stools. So there you go. It's a nice little extra area because this house doesn't have like a formal dining room and informal dining room. It's pretty small. So I thought having some like stools there, like the kitchen counter, would be like a nice, more informal dining option. So, you don't have to use like the main dining table every time. Anyway, I think now I'm about to figure out the fireplace area, perhaps. It's still some trial and error for a little bit before I kind of figure out what to do with it. It was kind of hard. It's like I really kind of wish they had a fireplace. It'd be so cool if they had a fireplace that you could just like put into the wall. That was like a wall like item more so. And so that would be cool for like modern houses, and that would work perfectly here. But what I ended up doing was these diagonal walls actually, and I inset the fireplace into the diagonal walls. There it is. And yeah, it actually worked pretty well. So there you go. And yeah, it looks better than having like the giant nook for the fireplace to sit in like it was before. And it integrates pretty well. So that's what I ended up doing. And yeah, and I think, oh yeah, why did I do that? Oh, yeah, I was going to put a TV on the opposite side of the room, but that was kind of weird. It was like a conflict of focal points because you had the fireplace on one side and the TV on the other, and I was going to keep the couches as they had been arranged, but I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. You really should have one focal point, so I decided to put the TV next to the fireplace, like a floor-mounted TV. So yeah, there it is. And then I rearranged the furniture, so I have like a couch that faces the fireplace because they were kind of like not facing the fireplace. Also, you can see these torches, like these side table lamps are like literally open flames. Those are meant for the outside. I don't know why they put open flame lamp. Not even lamps. They're not lamps. They're torches. They're straight up torches with giant flames on them, and they have two of them in the living room. I mean, that's a fire hazard if you've ever seen one. So that makes absolutely no sense. So like, I don't know. I don't know why they made these houses the way they did. It's just like some of the choices are just like so interesting. Like tiki torches on the inside of the house is definitely, it's a new one. So yeah, I do put in, I think, more reasonable lighting than those, but they're still there for now. And right now I'm just putting in some sconces, recoloring them. I also got like that little CD stack, which I thought was kind of fun for like a mid-century house, although they didn't have CDs in the mid-century, but you know, I don't know. It kind of like suits it for some reason. Anyway, got a nice plant there in the corner, giant plant actually. And oh yeah, the tiki torches are gone, and I got a side table there is a side table, a radio on the side table, and there's a desk. I thought it'd be nice to have like a little workspace in the house since there's no office or anything, so I kind of use this nook in the entrance for a desk. Originally, the entryway had like this weird stone bench and a plant, and so I enclosed part of it to be the laundry room, and then I just used the other part of it to be like this little workspace office area. So I thought that would kind of make sense. That plant though is from the original entrance, so I kept that. Anyway, this is the little laundry room right there at the front of the house, so I found a little area to squeeze it in. And yeah, also I put this area here on the outside, so this is kind of added on somewhat. Wasn't really here before. I put a wall in and I put like this grill. I was considering using the grill from Outdoor Living, but it was like way too big, I felt, because it integrated with the counters nicely, but this one trying to fit the house better. So you have like this nice built-in grill with like a countertop, so I thought that was kind of cool. And then like a nice outdoor living space, so you know, I just wanted to kind of make use of the deck, so I got some, what do you call those, lounge chairs and a table. Anyway, so now I'm moving on to the bathroom. So this is the like main hallway bathroom. I kept the sink, tub, and shower, sink, tub, and toilet from the original bathroom. I just recolored them very slightly, but they were like that turquoise color, so I did kind of keep that. And actually, I think I'm going to change it now slightly. Yeah, I kind of dulled it down a little bit, but you know, it's kind of a turquoisey teal bathroom. And yeah, I got that kind of dark focal point tile wall. And then, yeah, I put a little shelf in the corner there, which I thought was kind of nice. But anyway, medicine cabinet in the bathroom. But yeah, both bathrooms are pretty good size. They both have a freestanding tub and separate showers. So, I mean, that's pretty classy. And yeah, so just getting a little mat on the floor there and some sort of art on the wall as well. So there you go. That's it. That's the bathroom. So this is the kids' room. So this was originally kind of where the bathrooms are right now. I think it was pretty much like that space that was the bathrooms. And this was originally the kitchen at the front of the house. And I thought this made more sense. It's a bedroom because you get the viewed from the front instead of just like the carport. And it's like away from like the main living space, whereas it makes more sense for the kitchen to be part of the living space. So, you know, I thought that would be kind of a good little shuffle around there to like move those rooms around. But here I was putting a mirror in the dining room, so just for fun. Anyway, back to this room. I think it's about the same size as it was originally, just moved, you know, over in the house. And it was originally kind of a blue turquoisey color scheme, so I think I kind of kept a bluish color scheme, but it's definitely not turquoise anymore. I guess the bedspread's kind of like a dark teal, but yeah. This room also has a desk and a computer in it as well, but it's not like the family computer, I guess. It's like just like for this child or teen or whatever. So, you know, it's like a laptop. But anyway, just getting in some curtains in here as well. Those are from the store. I just like to use them in modern houses because they fit a better variety of windows, especially these windows that are like really high up on the wall. There's not really any good curtains for them, especially because they're custom content windows, so there's no curtains in the game that really fit them. But yeah, also getting a rug in there as well, and then some fun little decoration. The poster here, like under the windows, is kind of cut off by the curtains, but you know, deal with it. I thought it looks kind of fun. Matches the colors, I guess, so yeah. Anyway, getting a lamp, and I think that's it. There's actually some toys as well, so yeah, just getting those in, and some other little details and things, but yes, I think that's that bedroom. Of course, there's also a closet, so I made sure to add closets. I like to do that just for decoration, but I always try to find space to fit them in, so this house now has closets for the bedrooms as well. But there you go. So now this is the main bedroom, which I also kept the bedspread. So that's the same from the original bed there, which I just deleted. And I kept a similar wall color as well. I just added a little bit more texture to it, but it's a little bit less pukey than it was. It's a little bit more green than yellow. It was kind of a yellowish color. I mean, it's still yellowish, but it was more so before. But, similar vibe. And now there's an ensuite bathroom for this bedroom, which is nice because, it used to just be a bedroom, another bedroom right next to it. Now there's the bathrooms in between the bedrooms. I can have an ensuite, which is cool. And yeah, I kind of kept a similar color scheme to the bedroom. This is quite a big bathroom too. I mean, these are very generous bathrooms for a house of this size, that's for sure. And yeah, so I actually didn't go with such a dark green tile. I do make it a bit lighter, but oh yeah, here we go. I went with more of an off-white, but yes, so that's the ensuite bathroom. And the bedroom, yeah, I do change up the carpet color there. And I also put a much larger window in here as well. So I actually think this might be slightly bigger of a bedroom than it was originally, though I'm not 100% sure. It might be. It might be the same size or it might be a touch bigger. But right now I'm just getting in little alarm clocks, little lamps, some sort of art over the bed, I guess that painting. And also got in a wardrobe as well, so I thought it looked kind of classy. And there's a mirror as well. So yeah, it's a pretty simple bedroom though. Just doing some small details in the bathroom. Unfortunately, I really wanted to have a window covering, especially in a bathroom, but there just wasn't anything that I could put there. Like the curtains were weird for a bathroom, and there was no blinds that fit those windows. So I just left it, unfortunately, but I would have preferred to have some sort of window covering. But yeah, so now we're doing the bedroom, small details, just some blinds and curtains and carpet there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. Actually, I think it's almost the end of the inside of the house. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty small house, much more digestible video, I suppose. Not as crazy long as some of them are. Oh yeah, I have to get in the bathroom details as well, so I forgot about that. But there's some towels and stuff, small things here and there, painstakingly recoloring them with Creative Style. Getting in some lights. I wanted to have like a nice vanity light, so I mean, nice relative term. It's kind of quirky, little modern thing, but I thought it fit the house. And yeah, so I think, am I gonna try the curtains again? I'm gonna try the curtains again, but decided not to do it in the end. So yeah, I think that's it. That's the inside. So now we're gonna do the outside stuff. So because I changed out the table, so it's like a smaller dining table here, which I thought would be nice. So I didn't want it to be the same size as the one that was like just inside. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I thought this kind of had some hierarchy that way. A smaller table outside, bigger table inside. I don't know. I got some hanging plants there, which I thought would be fun. And I think I'm going to finally put in the appropriate length stairs, maybe. Let's see. I don't know actually what I do with the stairs. I have to see what I figure out here. For some reason, they're being so finicky. Very irritating. Oh, yeah. Is that? Oh, I guess I just leave it like that. Yeah, I wanted them to go like one tile further along, but they just wouldn't do it. So anyway, whatever, it's fine. So those are the stairs in the back. And yeah, right now I'm just recoloring the stairs, the back and the front, and also the planter bed fences. You can kind of see where those are. So just recoloring those as well. And I got rid of that ugly driveway, and I'm just going to put in some gravel instead, which I thought looked a bit nicer than the tan floor tile or whatever that was there. So there you go. That's the new driveway, and also a new little walkway as well. And also the driveway connects to that front porch. And I also removed the back wall on the carport, so you can also walk from your car to the backyard, which I thought would be nice. And I used mulch in the planter beds. So this is a rare move for me. I mean, I always use dirt with my landscaping, never use mulch, but I decided to go with mulch here. It's a little different, a little fun. So yeah, and just getting in some plants and stuff and some rocks, just filling in these planter beds, but not with too much stuff. I just think it's kind of a nice modern look to have these very it's kind of different than how I usually do landscaping. Usually it's very willy-nilly, very natural looking, and with the dirt terrain paint, it's not a crisp border. But with this house, yeah, it's a very crisp border, and very, well, it's not so neat and orderly inside the planter, but the transition from the planter to the grass is very crisp. But anyway, here I also removed those weird little roof things that were on top of the chimney originally. It was these two little roofs that went in the opposite direction from each other. I wasn't a huge fan of that, so I just ended up going with a flat top for the chimney, which I think looked better. Also, it's shorter than it was before. It was really tall before. I feel like it did not need to be that tall, so this is a little bit better, I think, in like terms of its height and like its dominance with the on the outside of the house, because obviously it's like very like eye-catching because it's big and stone, didn't need to be that tall. So yeah, anyway, just finding the right stone for the top of it and then putting this like little border on the top. Yeah, I mean, I was like a little unsure like what to do with the top of the chimney since it's like such a big thing, but I think this worked out pretty well. For the top of the chimney, I think it's pretty good. It kind of fits the house, I think, and isn't too weird looking. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, still working on that. Wow, really taking my time. Had to be just right, just perfect. So anyway, there you go. That's the chimney. Wonderful. And I'm just painting under the roof here, just like a solid black, so it's not like distracting and kind of ugly and unfinished looking. And I don't know, I've been doing this by like terrain painting under the house. Again, very unnecessary little thing, but I just like it. It just looks more finished that way because obviously there would not be grass under the house, so I just like to put dirt underneath. So yeah, but we're almost at the end, actually. I think just like going to fill out the other planter beds and get some final touches and things, but we're very much near the end of this video. So I hope that you enjoyed, and if you did, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd subscribe. And you can check out a lot more other videos like this on my channel as well. And, I'm going to continue doing these renovations of these base game houses that came in the Sims 3 lot, bin, library, whatever. So, there's going to be more to come. But yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed. And there's going to be some screenshots as well coming up in a few moments. So you'll see the before and after. So I'll refresh your memory on what the house looked like before, and then you can kind of see some nice after screenshots. And there's a link to download the house in the description below, so you can go and check that out. And I'll leave a link to the custom content windows. It's a set of windows, actually. So, I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and see that. And I also will have some a link to instructions on how to install it if you're interested. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole spiel there at the end. So, just doing some little touch-ups to the terrain paint and stuff. I put a car in the driveway for this house. This house ended up costing a lot more than originally. I think it was like $45,000 originally. Now it's like $110,000, but that's par for the course with these houses that I renovate. They always end up a lot more expensive than they start. But yeah, so some outdoor lighting, some recoloring of these little chairs, but that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great day. And, as always, I hope to see you next time. Enjoy the screenshots.